My school shooter was just released from prison. I was the only survivor, and I think he wants me dead. I was in the bathroom getting high while my girlfriend's best friend Joan was sticking her tongue down my throat. Then, as we were getting ready for round 2, a guy called Lucas Ryans brought 3 guns to school and was getting ready to murder 28 students at my high school. When we heard the first gunshot, Joan immediately put her clothes back on and started to run out of the school. I tried to run after her, but while I was chasing her, I saw the hallway filled with blood, dead bodies, and cut up body parts everywhere. That was the last time I ever saw her, because 3 weeks later, she hanged herself in her parents' garage. I thought it was because of what she saw, but I now wish I never knew the real reason why. My parents decided to move across the country, and I got a new name, Alex Miller. But what I never understood was why he did it. Lucas wasn't the regular bullied outcast. He was the golden boy that every teacher loved. And then one day he just snapped. Something was wrong. The morning it happened, the cops knocked on his door before school and told him his parents died in a car crash earlier that night. I thought it was just because he turned crazy and wanted to hurt the world back, but I was so very wrong. He only got 8 years of prison time, but they reduced the sentence to 5 years for good behavior. Last November I saw on the news that he got set free, but the second he did, all the survivors started dying. First it was Lana Armstrong, who died from food poisoning, and then Brandon Davies, who got hit by a truck on the highway. The problem was that when the bodies were found, they had missing organs. Lana was missing her hands, and Brandon was missing his right leg. That's when I realized he wasn't killing people for revenge. He was collecting body parts. But for what? I didn't even want to know. I just tried to not think about it and hoped I was safe. But last week I knew I wasn't when I woke up in the middle of the night to fingernails dragging down my bedroom door. The smell hit me like a truck. It was like rotten meat that expired years ago. I threw up right there on my bedroom floor. But as I was getting ready to call 911 to send help, the door handle turned and opened. Behind the door was Lucas just standing there with his eyes completely black and empty. I couldn't believe what I was witnessing. But next to him were the 2 most horrendous creatures I've ever seen. It was a woman and a man stitched together with patches of skin and body parts that didn't match. That's when I realized they were his parents rebuilt. But there was something wrong because both of them looked identical to the couple Joan and I accidentally killed 5 years ago. It was on a Sunday night. I was getting high in Joan's car while she was speeding on the highway. But out of nowhere, we saw a blue sedan pop up into the middle of the road and crashed into it. She looked back to find the couple inside the car, barely, but somehow alive. And while I was getting ready to get out of the car to go help, I realized how much time we would spend in jail for what we just did. So I screamed at Joan to drive away as fast as possible, and we did. We found out later a second truck hit them, and that they were Lucas's parents. Joan figured it out the day of the shooting, and the guilt started to eat her alive. Only now did I realize that's why she ended herself. I just refused to connect the dots. Until now, with Lucas right in front of me, I was forced to. So I didn't scream or beg for help. All I did was offer to help him finish rebuilding his parents. To end the guilt, he agreed. We spent a couple months together, finding more parts. And finally one day, we were able to collect every single part that we needed, except a heart. I realized I was the reason all of this happened. From everyone at my school dying, to Joan ending herself, and even ruining Lucas's life. I'm giving my heart to Mrs. Ryans tomorrow. And if you ever see his parents, run away as fast as you can. Those creatures aren't just rebuilt, they're hungry.